I have to get 1,000 followers before I can go YouTube Live. So I'm trying to get it up there. It's like 920 or something now. So we're close. Okay, so that YouTube one is live, and then I'll probably edit this out, but I might just upload it as it is too. So, what time you guys got?
10 till?
Oh, we got
It's time to get ill.
48. What's the time?
Time to get ill.
What's the time?
It's time to get ill. Okay, so that was another one of my ideas.
What's that? Oh, so it's eating hot stuff.
Old school hip hop raps.
Okay.
Like that we would all do. You know, Run DMC, Houdini.
On the Moon
Beastie
Club
Boys,
podcast?
obviously. Why not?
Okay.
I mean, it's a 3-minute filler, right?
Yeah.
You can do it at the end, going out.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna leave you with this. Bam.
We got muted last week for that Kobe Bryant tribute. Apparently, there was a song in the background that they didn't want us to play.
We got muted the whole podcast?
Think so?
Really?
Have you tried to watch it again?
Uh-uh.
It's up on YouTube though. YouTube is up, and it's a better. Or to me, it looks like a better screen.
Polly.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I got my 720 face on. I don't want to be on no 1080 right now.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm on a 187.
With
I'm
a dick in your mouth?
Yeah.
I'm still in like 240 by 240.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. You're pretty square.
Yeah. I'm pre-DVD.
Pretty square.
DVD was 720, right?
I'm 720p.
Yeah.
720p. Yeah.
720.
1080 was Blu-ray.
What did we grow up with? Like the 12-inch black and white TV?
Like VHS was like I think 480. Or no, it was 240.
240, no shit.
Yeah.
And the
Magnetic
games were
tape.
4-bit.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know, we talked about how we've reached quantum supremacy. Like, they said it was 10 years out before the quantum computers would be
Take them teeth out when you sucking my dick, ho.
faster than the regular computers, but
Oh, that's already been done. We're so far advanced that we don't even know how far advanced we are. You know, they're letting the people know this is all 3 years back, you know what I mean?
Well, think about this: is we're in what's called the Roaring Twenties now. Throwback, callback to the original Roaring Twenties, which is 1920s, right?
right.
But I'm sure they thought they were advanced in the 1920s.
Oh,
right?
yeah, I mean,
So
like,
we're talking
man, we
about
got
prohibition
fucking
again?
newspaper. No.
The Empire State Building had been built.
Yeah. Like, you can just walk to the corner and get your news. I mean, how
Yeah.
cool is that?
For a nickel.
For a nickel, yeah. Probably not even.
And you could be a newsboy where you could go buy some papers for 2 cents and make, 3
Yeah.
cents paper.
Make your money.
Yeah.
Make your money.
Entrepreneur.
Save
Yeah.
that money.
Paperboy.
Yeah.
Wish I was a little bit taller.
Wish I was a baller.
Get your papers here!
He has to go off the rail.
He does.
But I mean, that's all right though.
That's
See what
all
I'm
right.
saying? No, it was
It's just
smooth.
different.
Now
That's
you
all.
started drinking,
It was
yeah.
smooth.
It's not wrong or right. It's just different.
Yeah, and it could be indifferent. And okay, so this is like I said, just a couple ideas. Eating the hot stuff. And it's not even just hot stuff. It could be a challenge. As and there's no like fisting involved.
Thank God.
Because
I'll eat hot stuff. I like hot stuff.
I see, and I don't,
Yeah.
and that's where. Have you watched that show where they sit down
The Hot Ones?
and try to? Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
first
see-
we feast.
And
What's
I
that guy's name? I can't remember.
Sean Evans,
Yeah. Did you see the one with DJ Khaled?
no, I didn't.
He's such a fucking ass.
he's a pussy.
He made him
He's
change.
pussy.
He's like, I think mine are hotter.
Yeah.
He made him
so
change.
just switch 'em.
Yeah.
So he thought he was setting them up, huh?
Yeah. And then I think he ate 2, maybe 3. And he's like, look, I'm done, but just because I ain't doing this anymore doesn't mean I'm quitting. And Sean Evans was like, yeah, actually it does.
Yeah, that's exactly what
It
it means.
does mean you're quitting. Well, I turned you on to
We the best music!
Catfish Cooley, right? And
Oh yeah,
his
yeah.
podcast
That
and
redneck.
stuff. Yeah, so he does a lot of crazy stuff.
Who was the guy that was talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce sitting? That guy's like got a big YouTube or something.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
seen him
not-
before. I don't know.
I'm
exactly
not
who
sure his name, but yeah, he's cool though. He's
He's
just
like a veteran or something, right?
Yeah, veteran redneck, and Look up, see if there's any reports on the veteran approaching Jay-Z and Beyonce at the Super Bowl. Because I heard, I think that guy even mentions that a veteran had said something to him, and I can't remember if they didn't, like, they just ignored him, like, you know, it was like, oh, this dude's talking to us, like. And then his kid was sitting too,
Maybe this didn't feel like getting up.
and he's like, no, I don't wanna, you know, be talking about the kid or nothing. He's like, because it ain't the kid, it's the upbringing. And if you're gonna teach them to disrespect the flag
I
and
don't
to
really see any
disrespect.
videos. Let's just see if there's news stories. I don't know. Maybe the interweb doesn't know about it.
Well,
I put in veteran approaches Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah, that's what it should have been, right? Or put Jay-Z, Beyonce sitting at the Super Bowl, see if it has anything come up. One thing with that too is like they just signed a big thing with the NFL, and this was the first year for the Super Bowl halftime. It was them that set it up, you know. So you got Colin Kaepernick, and you kick him out. Now you just signed a big contract with, like I said, this billionaire superstar and his wife.
Jay-Z and Beyonce?
Yeah, for the halftime, because they're the entertainment. They're the ones that's setting all this stuff up.
Wait, they
Jay-Z and
set up-
Beyonce.
They set up the J-Lo and
Yeah.
Shakira.
Yeah, and they got like the contract
So,
for
like,
the
they
next
produced
so
it or
many
something?
years. Yeah,
Huh.
they're like producing the halftime shows for the
Okay.
next X amount of years.
Did they
So
give
now
Lady
they
Gaga
have-
last year?
I don't think so. I
That was
don't
big.
know. I don't know when they did it or
Was it
when they
Cowboys,
got
wasn't
in,
it?
but
By the way, Lady Gaga shook her ass last year, right? There was no outrage about that, right?
I don't think so. But she doesn't really have as big an ass as Shakira or J-Lo.
or as fine of as
Yeah. Shakira. or
Adam
J-Lo.
Carolla made a good point about how like he liked the J-Lo and the Shakira shaking their ass because the white girls have too little ass, the black girls have too big a ass, and like the Spanish girls are just like right in the middle, right?
Yeah.
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 well, you know,
That's
J Lo's
podcast talk.
is what artificial butt, right?
No, I
Is
don't
it?
think so.
I think so.
Echo.
And she's also
Is
like
J-Lo's butt real?
56 years
No,
old.
she's 50.
No,
She's
she's
50.
older than that.
No, she just turned 50.
How old is Jennifer Lopez?
Echo.
I gotta say echo.
How old is Jennifer Lopez?
Jennifer Lopez is 50 years old.
That's it.
She was
Somebody
born
said
on
that.
July 24th, 1969.
Yeah, and Shakira's 43.
How old Shakira?
43.
Oh, he said 53. I'd still fuck her even though she's 43.
Even
You'd
though
be
she-
doing her a favor, huh?
Yeah.
He's throwing her a bone.
Like she can't catch
Literally.
a dick anywhere.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has trouble
Yeah.
catching a dick.
Well, you know, her hips don't lie.
Hips don't lie. They give her away.
You
Can't
know,
kill her.
I
Oh,
think
Austin,
it was,
when you talk like that.
fuck, who's the comedian that smokes the cigars?
George Carlin? Or
Yeah.
George
White.
Oh, Ron White?
Ron White. Yeah, he was talking about how loyal Tiger Woods is with his wife. It's like, okay, so he's only had sex with 16 women out of 880 million or something. It's like he's a lot more loyal than any other guy is.
Well, it's like Chris Rock talking about like you're loyal as your
There's your
options.
options, yeah. That's basically
Ain't
what Ron
nobody
White was
trying to
saying.
blow Orrin Hatch.
Or fucking Newt Gingrich, yeah.
No. But old Bill Clinton was getting a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he got impeached for that. Can you believe that?
Hey, well.
You got a piece for lying about it.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Monica Lewinsky.
He got impeached because her dirty ass put that cum-filled dress up. I'm just gonna put.
She still has it.
I'm gonna put this in my
Yeah.
closet.
Dude, you know what they found in the pocket of her dress? A wad of bills.
But I'm gonna lob them to you. You just knock them out, okay?
Okay.
Huh?
Okay. Yeah. Oh,
I love Chappelle's bit about the girls that were complaining about Louis like, the one girl was like, I was on the phone, I was thinking he was beating off. And he's like, oh yeah, well, what? The police were like, oh yeah, well, what were you talking about? He's like, there's no crime there. Like, just hang up the phone.
I'm not sure I see anything wrong with that.
We went and saw, me and Mindy went and saw Louis in Peoria last month. It was pretty good. He was pretty fucking good, man.
Yeah.
Louis never been my favorite. It always seemed to me like people were trying to anoint him as like the best comedian out there right now, and I just
Really?
never really agreed.
Yeah.
But he's pretty fucking good.
Talking about Louis Anderson?
Louis C.K.
Louis C.K.
How my eyebrows, they fleet?
You know, wearing like that for the show. Get hair and makeup in here.
Can't believe they missed this cowlick. You got a cowlick going on.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll take that out in post? Okay.
Pretty camera puts on 10 pounds.
There's like 5 cameras on me right now.
Yeah.
How many cameras are on you?
All right, 15 seconds. You got J Mecca?
Well,
10.
This was Austin's first time.
Going live in 5. Why don't you go ahead and hit me with that J Mecca, son?
You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta put you down. 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 Go and tell that long-tongued liar. Go and tell that midnight rider. Tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter. Tell him that God's gonna cut him down. Tell him that God's gonna cut him down. But my goodness gracious, let me tell you the news. My head's been wet with the midnight dew. I've been down on bended knee, talking to the man from Galilee. He spoke to me in a voice so sweet. I thought I heard the shuffle of angels' feet. He called my name and my heart stood still when he said, Jay, go to my well. Go and tell that long-tongued liar. Go and tell that midnight rider. Tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter. Tell him that God's gonna cut him down. You can run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta put you down. You may throw your rock and hide your hand. Working in the dark against your fellow man. But sure as God may black
I
and
got
white.
it.
What's
Yeah,
good in the
I
dark
got it
will
ready.
be brought to the light. You can run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Run on for a long time.
I'd like to see him in Octagon and tell Cowboy that he
Call Cowboy a player, and then you see that video of him hitting his head.
Well, let alone being the ring with Tommy.
I think he was saying it, but they were like, what if you said that about the Diaz brothers? Like, he's getting in an elevator, he's getting his ass kicked.
Oh, they get rolling.
Yeah, you can never touch this, it's just too much substance. I broke through the chains and away with the cufflinks. You can make it seem, but to me, it's nothing. You never match with a breakthrough in fashion. I always stitch the fabric and bring it back surely. See you on the shore, you repping the wrong jersey. Nah, I mean, but you're on the wrong team. Hit the chaser, screaming out cream. Lord deliver us, you know I ain't giving up. They just wanna live it up on scratch offs and 50 bucks. Praise to the city luck, I gotta keep it 100. Run it, clean how I done it. Get it, I operate like City Hall. Gotta put my city on. Did it for the first time, but I've been growing into it. They all getting giddy on it. Want to say I pity y'all. I'm too busy nodding, rather not respond to kitty calls. Y'all can get your pity on. Watch what you slipping on. Girl, what you sipping on. Dog, what you walking about. I'd rather be penniless, making plenty sense. You living in a glass house, high rent, solo. I do it on my own, no YOLO. I never get cut. Kodo for shut up. Pardon me, my God, I'm calling on them all. Can't swallow, I gotta tell them all. You can run on for a long time. Run
We can all
on
try
for
to
a
bench
long
press 500
time.
pounds.
Run
Oh, yeah.
on for a hometown. Sooner or later, gotta put you down. Sooner or later,
take a turn?
put you down.
I might be able to do 105 times.
Sooner or later, gotta put you down. Don't tell
I can probably do 25 times.
Don't tell that midnight rider. Tell the gambler, the gambler, the backbiter. Tell him the guy's gonna cut you down. Tell him the guy's gonna cut you down. Peace.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, live from MJ's Love and Dreams apartment, this is the Moon Club podcast with AJ and MJ. The Moon Club will talk about anything other than no site, whatever. Be taboo. This episode of the Moon Club podcast is brought to you by Realtor MJ Allen, Clinton Normal's premier realtor for Renette Trizian. Guess what? I want to be your realtor, and I'm going to out-hustle everybody all day, every day, and then double up on Sunday to prove it.
I've seen it happen.
True that. This is where I say we're currently in the loft of dreams until the studio gets fixed. Good evening, you lovely lunatics. Welcome to State of the Moon.
How is the state of the moon?
It's currently 6:04, February 4th. It came up at 12:45 p.m. It will go down at 3:55 a.m. It's currently waxing gibbous. It is 78% illuminated. It is 387,000.013 kilometers, 1,000 kilometers away from us. It's 10 days old and it is in the sign of Gemini.
Right on.
I was waxing Gideon earlier and I was fully.
Wax and Gibbons means something else to you, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Joined today by childhood friend and Moon Club podcast friend, Stephen J. Trainer. I want to send some love out. I didn't even tell you about this, but a good friend of ours is in the hospital right now, Don Jones. Send some love out to my boy Don Jones.
Don Jones.
You well, Don?
Yeah,
What's wrong with Don?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Just send him some love.
Okay. Love to John Jones for
Love
sure.
and prayers to John Jones and his lovely family. And, hopefully everybody
Murray's
works
got a
out.
birthday coming up, don't he? Tomorrow?
Does he really?
Is it tomorrow?
I don't know. He said he was going to the gym because he's almost 48.
He needs to get in the gym.
He does, a scrawny little bastard.
And also,
Who had a birthday yesterday?
Hendricks had a birthday.
Oh,
Yeah,
did
Brittany. Yeah.
She had a baby.
Little boy.
Boy.
Yeah, little boy. Yeah.
So
Oh,
congratulations.
Congratulations,
To Brittany, yeah.
Moon Club podcast alum, Brittany Hendricks, with her new.
Did you meet her on the podcast that first time?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
That's the first time I met her. I think you'd known her from before, though, right?
No, I met her like somehow we were friends and she was doing that. She was going to be the beer
You're right.
app runner,
That thing
yeah.
never really took off, though, did it?
No, I think she ran into
So I think it was like, was it Valentine's Day last year? Was that when she was trying to launch
It
it?
was around that time.
around that
I
time.
think she
yeah.
was planning on doing it.
Yeah, but she ran
Valentine's.
into restrictions from the city and stuff, and but, you know,
That's why I quit delivering weed.
Pot runner.
Yeah.
hot runner.
B-double-E-double-R, you win.
Double D, double D.
All right, Weekly Jason Silva is called An Ode to Knowledge.
Acquisition, annotation, and application of knowledge constitutes human culture. It constitutes human enterprise. We are designed to discover. We are designed to explore. According to some neuroscientists, human beings literally eat information. We take in the majority of our information through the visual cortex, which is connected to approximately half of our brain, including opioid receptors, which means we get a biological high. We get a biological reward from our brain, from acquiring new interpretable information. We are explorers, probing the perimeters, probing the adjacent possible, which is like a shadow from the future that hovers over the present, a map of all the ways in which the present can reinvent itself. We are curious like nothing else. We are hungry like nothing else. The poet-astronomer Carl Sagan, he famously said, "Somewhere something incredible is waiting to be known." And this beautifully and artfully describes our situation, our awareness that somewhere something amazing, something incredible, something astonishing is just waiting to be uncovered. X marks the spot, right? And so human beings are unique in the world, afflicted with this curiosity, afflicted with this wonderment, afflicted with this desire to know more. Carl Sagan went further. He said, we are a way for the cosmos to know itself. F. Scott Fitzgerald famously said that when we went off and discovered the new world, man must have held his breath, compelled into an aesthetic contemplation he neither understood nor desired, face to face, perhaps for the last time in history, with something commensurate to his capacity for wonder. But we were wrong. There was more to explore. We went to the new world, and now we look to space. And as Marina Benjamin wrote, when we dream of space exploration, we dream of transcendence. We dream of what we might become. And so, my friends, knowledge defines our condition. Hunger defines our situation. Desire defines our character. The human animal is born to learn. Understanding is a kind of ecstasy, so let us not surrender. Let us not stop, not even for a second, but go forth, probe, engage, acquire, discover knowledge.
I thought he was going to say BBC right there.
Drink, people watching at home. That's
Tip it up.
So yeah, a lot of tips to Carl Sagan there. Like somewhere out there, something wonderful is waiting to be discovered, or something like that. I probably butchered the quote, but
Yeah, something great is ready to be learned or something like
yeah.
that.
But how? And he kind of touched us. He didn't say it exactly this way, but what if, like, the whole universe? Of course, it's out there. And what if it's all just for us? And what if we weren't here? What a waste that would be, or what there were no other species or no other beings out there to like be able to enjoy this shit, to be able to like look at it in wonderment.
Right? You know, I recently watched a Vox video on gang stalking.
Amy Adelman says hello. What's up, Amy Adelman?
Have you ever heard of that, where people think that there's like multiple people like stalking them and like just trying to ruin their life?
When I was a kid, I used to imagine that people were watching me on TV, like
like
my
Truman
teachers
Show.
in the classroom, and everybody were like watching everything I
Yeah.
was doing.
That's why I wouldn't go to school sometimes, because I would just give everybody a day off. Because if I wasn't there, nobody else would have to show up and do their part.
Wonderful.
I mean, because they're all actors.
I think that Jason Silva's got some good weed, and I'd love to have his connections.
Oh yeah.
And other
yeah.
than that, I just think
Hook me up with your weed man, Mr. Silva.
that
Yeah.
he's just out there and stuff. As far as
He's pretty far out there. He's pretty excited.
for someone that
He's a free
appears to be a free thinker and so intelligent, he's still conformed into what he believes that history actually was. When the America was discovered, America was never discovered. There was already people living here, and as far as the first people, you know, the European settlers, there was even proof that European settlers came hundreds of years earlier. And if you look back at all these ancient, you know, civilizations, they were all set up to the stars already. So I'm saying that not only are we from the stars, but this is a destination, and it wasn't across the sea, it was across, you know, maybe a galaxy, maybe just our solar system.
Yeah.
And for someone, like I said, who's supposed to think outside the box and be a bigger thinker, he's thinking the other way, us going out there instead of it
Yeah.
already being.
I don't know.
you
So
from
maybe
this
I missed. Did he say, like, was he talking about Columbus discovering America?
Well, he talked about, you know, the trepidation that we have as far as going forward into the vastness of space as being the next
final
thing.
frontier, as they say in Star Trek.
And what they knew before that was the biggest thing was discovering America, you know.
Right.
When they got on the boats as far as Columbus and they ventured out not knowing what they would find, not knowing if
Well,
they
see,
would
I took that as more like
fall off
as
or-
like Lewis and Clark, which, to your point, there were still people out there when Lewis and Clark went across America, but
Oh,
yeah,
They were in a
it's good
river
point, Steve.
too, and it's like when you're on a river, it's like it's not like being in the ocean where you can like there's a shore on each side. So I think Lewis and Clark had a lot easier than
Talking about
Columbus.
river banks.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I guess a river might be a mile wide. I don't know, but
what are we talking about? Colorado? Illinois?
yeah, I think it was in Colorado that Lewis and Clark
think
went
so.
up
Well, they went all the way west.
with Sacagawea.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
she's
carried a
hot.
baby on a golden coin.
Yeah,
True
she
story.
You got a
porn
coin,
star.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
yeah. You gotta be hot to be on the coin, Susan B.
Yep.
I think she was there
Benjamin
for the
Franklin.
suck-offs.
You know, he's the creator of syphilis, I think, right? He
No,
was
I
the
think
first
that's
one to
koala
do a
bears.
sheep.
Koala bears. Don't all koala bears have chlamydia?
No, I think they're all born alcoholics, though.
Echo. Do koala bears have
No.
chlamydia?
Here's something I found on reference.com. Koalas are susceptible to chlamydia.
Susceptible.
Echo.
Is there koala condoms?
Echo. Are koala bears alcoholics?
Boom. There's our idea. $1 million idea.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Do eucalyptus leaf is made
Yeah.
out of alcohol?
Yeah, there's a lot of alcoholic properties in
Yeah.
that. They get drunk all the time.
I want to try eucalyptus leaf sometimes because if it's the only thing a panda will eat, it must be good, right?
I don't know.
They're like, fuck all other food. I'm just eating
No, they
eucalyptus.
have to eat eucalyptus because they're born alcoholics, and so they're addicted from the day they're born.
I'm not sure about that. I'll have to
Yeah.
look into that.
I'm pretty sure that's true.
I have to eat vaginas. I come out of one, so I have to eat every other one.
Vaginas?
With a V.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of eating vaginas myself.
Yeah.
I'll lick a butthole too. I don't care.
I mean, if my tongue's down there,
Yeah.
and it accidentally touches, you know. But, you know, it depends. I mean, you can tell which one's dirty, which one's clean, right? I mean, you're
Yeah.
already down there.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you get that close and you can't smell it yet, go ahead and give it a tongue test.
Now, one thing, too, is how many drinks do you have, you know, before
Well,
that?
that's true.
And what does the BBC recommend?
Drink.
Oh, did I
drink,
get in
people.
the game? Oh, snap.
All right, so Steve, you were kind of thinking that this was a racial slur. I'm leaning the other way, but let's dissect this video a little bit right here.
Perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers. Kavita, if I can.
On the Los Angeles Lakers, Kavita, if I could ask you to state the Los Angeles Lakers, Kavita, if I.
Why did they keep like slowing it down and speeding it up?
I think they were trying to see
Enunciation.
what exactly the inflection was, and
Yeah.
here's why I don't think it is the N word is because that reporter is from New York.
So
So
she's
she
used to saying
almost
Knicks,
exclusively broadcast on the Knicks, and I think she started saying Knicks and then realized, oh, I need to be saying
Lakers.
Lakers, and she went that way. That's
Yeah. Nakers.
I don't think, you know what?
I think she's a blonde white woman.
Yeah. Do you think she got fired? I hadn't heard that, but
I thought I heard that, but it could just be internet BS. I mean, not that everything that you do see and read on the internet is true.
Yeah. I don't think
Right.
she said anything wrong.
But I think I mean, she's at least got plausible deniability, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think in this era of cancel culture and everybody, oh, we got your moments, like, to me,
Yeah.
I can see where that was a mistake.
Actually, I do think that what she said, it may be a viable team, and they may be playing the Cucamonga Cracker Killers right now.
You
I'm
think?
just saying.
Right.
The Los Angeles Nakers.
Who's the Cucamonga team?
Maybe they're the Cucamonga Cracker Killers. I mean, they may be playing right now.
I think
You
you're right.
never know.
I'm going to go pull up ESPN and get on a Cucamonga.
I think it's ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Diocho.
The Ocho.
ESPN Diocho. But if there was really a team called the Cucamonga, whatever the fuck you said, I think
Cucamonga
I'd be a
Cracker
fan.
Killers?
That's fun to say.
Cucamonga Cracker Killers.
Jay-Z and Beyonce refused to stand for the national.
Bullshit! Okay,
Not
so
there, but the.
this is something that Steve came up with that he wanted to talk about, so here we go.
I didn't mean to yell like that. I apologize.
So by now, most of you have seen or heard about the fact that Jay-Z and Beyonce started a little bit of controversy at the Super Bowl when they decided to sit during the national anthem. That's right. I know it's shocking to see that we're not talking about
That is
Colin freaking
ridiculous. I'm gonna tell you
Kaepernick
what.
kneeling for the anthem. See? See there?
And that's
See there?
another thing,
Police
too,
are
is
showing
like I
up.
was
They're
saying,
fixing
the
to have a heart
NFL
attack. Talking about
wanted to
Colin
kick
Kaepernick.
Colin Kaepernick
4
out,
years
but they
ago.
got to deal with Jay-Z
Oh my God,
and
has it been
Beyonce.
4 years? 4 years
Well,
later, and we're
the
still
NFL.
talking about this crap because people still need to be educated about how stupid they are. 4 years ago, Colin Kaepernick sat for the national anthem. It was ridiculous, and it was without purpose, and it has been proven that it was nothing more than a publicity stunt to further his own career and trademark his freaking hair, but I digress. After initially sitting for the anthem, people finally got a hold of him. A veteran finally sat down and said, you know what, man? If you're going to be disrespectful, why don't you at least kneel? Because even though you still shouldn't do that, It's not as disrespectful as sitting for the anthem. That's just stupid.
Kaepernick?
4
even in
years
He's
later,
not that good.
This
hundreds
is
of
like 4.5
NFL
minutes
players.
long, so you good with that? Is that enough of it?
Yeah,
Okay,
we got the
okay.
gist of it,
Okay.
yeah. I mean,
So, look, for me, and I know this, I have a different perspective than most people. I am an Army veteran, and I have,
thank you.
as you like to say, friends that died face down in the muck. I stand for the national anthem. At the same time, I understand people like Colin Kaepernick who like, and maybe
He's got a right to protest.
Yeah, he's got a right to do that. Maybe,
That's what the flag's about too.
and I have heard that he really didn't even plan this out. It just kind of happened. Maybe he was sitting,
Well,
maybe he didn't know what was going on.
Again, it was just a publicity stunt,
Yeah.
you know, and it backfired on him.
Well, it didn't really. He settled for more than he would ever have made playing football. I think the settlement was like $60 million.
Yeah, and he was really not that good. I mean, he went to the
He
Super
had
Bowl.
one good year.
Yeah.
He had one good year.
Well, and then they figured him out, and then he also let his other stuff interfere. You know, when you start taking those checks and when you start promising people that you're going to come to camp in shape and that you're going to work on your craft, you know, Mamba mentality, R.I.P. Kobe, you know.
Kobe.
The thing about it is, when you're in a professional, you owe it to your fans. You owe it to everybody. He came in to training camp light because he was fasting because of his beliefs. And again, I don't, you know, necessarily agree or disagree with his personal beliefs, and he can believe whatever he wants to believe. But when you are a professional athlete, and when you do, you know, have fans coming to see you, and that is your job, take part in your craft and work on that.
You owe it. You owe it to yourself and to the fans and to your team to come in shape. And you know, there's no off season. The off season is
Are you talking about
strength and
Shakira or J Lo?
I'd like Shakira. If it's a choice, Shakira or J-Lo, it's definitely Shakira.
I mean, are we playing murder, fuck, kill?
Oh,
No, we're playing
Well-
sodomize or sodomize.
No.
if we let's do an MFK real quick.
Okay, so we got
Well,
Shakira and J Lo. So we got
Beyonce, Queen Bee.
Beyonce. Okay, there you go.
And let's.
Well, what's the third one? Rosie O'Donnell? Because it's like we're
Well,
just
the
saying,
third
okay,
one,
what's the
Shakira,
killer?
He just
J-Lo,
He just said
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Okay, Beyonce. Okay.
You know,
All right, I
seeing how
see.
she's involved.
Easy for me. I'm fucking Shakira. I'm marrying J Lo, and I'm sorry, Queen Bee. You gotta go.
Oh, that's killing Queen Bee.
Hey,
She
you know
should've
it's a
stood
game.
up.
It's a game.
I
should've
think
stood up.
I'm marrying Shakira,
Okay.
effing J-Lo, and again Beyonce. You're out of there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
See, so we're just flip flopped on Shakira and J Lo. I think J Lo would be the one to put the ring on, but you know,
You know
you're not going wrong either way, honestly.
You know, I've heard a lot of stuff.
It's funny that Beyonce said, if you like it, then you should put a ring on it, and nobody's put a ring on Beyonce yet. You're
well, you're
up,
Austin.
You know what? With all my heart, I really want to see if I can make things work with all of them.
That's not how this game is played.
Exactly. You got to make choices. You got to draw
That is
lines
my
in
choice.
the sand. You got to draw lines in the sand.
Okay. It's. I guess I'm killing Beyonce then too, because she should have stood up.
So who are you marrying?
She definitely should.
Doesn't really matter. I'm fucking both of the other ones. Right?
Well, I mean, you can long term, you know, marry.
Yeah,
as
Okay,
many
Shakira.
men.
I'll marry Shakira.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you and Steve are the same.
Yeah. Well, we're very similar. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You know, and again, to clarify, I mean, J-Lo would not be bad to marry. You know, obviously.
No, I think I would have a good time with her. I think I would entertain her, and she would entertain me.
My thing is, fucking Ben Affleck rules, J-Lo.
And do you
ain't
know what?
gotta say anything else.
With Beyonce, I made it look like an accident.
Ben Affleck can fuck himself for trying to be Batman.
Yeah.
He's
He was the bomb in Phantoms, yo.
He's
Yeah.
a bomb in fucking Phantoms, man.
What was Phantoms?
I don't know. It's a quote
That's
from
a quote from
Jan Silent Bob.
Oh yeah.
Well, was he really in that movie called
yeah,
Phantoms?
yeah, Phantoms,
Okay, so staying with the theme of reporters, anchors messing up on the air. This poor girl, I really think had a stroke on the air. It's not. I'm not even viewing this as funny. I'm kind of.
This has happened to me before.
All right, hit the lights, huh?
Hit the lights.
Metallica.
Bring them out! Bring them out!
Put the eye-popping fashion trends on the red carpet. Good evening, everyone. I'm Pat Harvey.
And I'm Paul Majors. Country trio Lady Antebellum was the big winner tonight with 5 Grammy Awards. Rapper Eminem, the big shocker, winning only 2 despite 10 nominations. CBS 2's Serene Branson is live at the Staples Center with highlights and backstage coverage we're seeing for the very first time. Serene.
So brilliant.
Well, a very, very heavy divertation tonight. We had a very Darrison by, let's go ahead, Terry's English for the bit, and have the pick.
That's,
And the Grammy goes to...
yeah, I don't know what happened there, but it must have been a stroke or something. Like she just lost her ability to talk.
Yeah, like her brain just farted.
Wasn't that an Anchorman? Wasn't that a scene from Anchorman?
I think when
I watched Anchorman
when they
numerous
were
times.
doing the teleprompter, and,
yeah,
he's like,
and they started, I'll get it up. And
Or-
they
or
started
maybe-
typing in stuff into the teleprompter.
or maybe it was also Bruce Almighty.
Oh, Bruce or Evan Almighty? Maybe.
Bruce
So
Almighty.
maybe that wasn't even a real. It looked pretty real to me.
Yeah, I think it was real.
I think it was real, but I think
Maybe that got
someone
duped.
was effing with her.
Could be.
Oh my god!
When I watch that though, like this one, the next one I'm gonna play, I laugh. I think it's funny. That one.
Hold on, I want on
okay,
that
go
real quick. I swear to God, the next time that I have a talk with any of my bosses at work, I'm doing that shit.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna be like, and walk out, and they're gonna think I fucking meant whatever the hell I said, and boom, what are they gonna do? You know?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it's like...
I had a condition.
It's, you know, I had a seizure, and are you going to criticize me for that?
Yeah, my dick was out.
I have a condition, sir.
I was making salad.
Sir!
My dick was out. I'm sorry.
Sir, I have a condition. That's all you have to say nowadays, right?
Shakira was on the TV. My dick was hard.
Yeah.
I mean, sue me.
Cheetos, my dick's orange, so what?
Yeah.
All right, this one, I think is the funny. This one is actually very funny. I think.
Right after the break, we're going to interview Eric Weihenmayer, who climbed the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest. But he's gay. I mean, he's gay. Excuse me. He's blind.
Okay.
Weihenmayer,
Just in
who
case
climbed
you
the
didn't hear it.
highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest. But he's gay. I
You know,
mean,
one
he's
more
gay.
time with the lights
Excuse me.
off. You making our guests turn the lights off?
Mayor, who climbed the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest. But he's gay. I mean, he's gay. Excuse me. He's blind. So we'll hear about that coming up.
Okay, as we head to the break, I'll look at the 6 o'clock.
Hey,
I was
hold
like,
on. I'm
hold
blind
on.
and I love chicks.
Gay people can't climb mountains?
Hell no, gays can't climb
You
mountains.
know,
That's a
that
well-known fact.
reminds me of when he was talking about, I have a friend
Just
who's
kidding.
a narcoleptic, and it's the craziest thing. We'll be sitting there having a conversation, and next thing you know, I'm having sex.
Tom Segura has a joke about
You smell that? That's me.
he's flying in an airplane and somebody's dying and the stewardess comes up and asks him if he's a doctor. He's like, no, I'm not a doctor. He's like, well, we're going to have to divert. This man's dying. And he's like, so she's like, he's like, so we're going to have to dump fuel? And she's like, no, hold on, wait, what? No, that's not what divert means, you fucking idiot. He's like, have you ever said something so dumb that the person actually had to reset and like consider like what you said?
What? No.
What the hell did you
No,
just
man. No. No.
I say stupid shit all the time.
Oh, me too. I live my life that way. Do you know Tom Segura? Are you familiar
I'm
with his
not
comedies?
familiar with his comedies. No, not
You should
really.
check out his comedies.
I
I
think
think
I
he's my
will.
favorite
I
right
think
now.
I will.
That's
I
really
think,
good. Me and you went and saw him in Chicago.
We did. Disgraceful, mostly stories.
You know who's awful comedian? Kevin Hart. Horrible.
You think?
Yeah, horrible.
I would agree. Here's the thing I say about Kevin Hart. He is funny. He's a good comedic actor. And I get it. Like, I see why like young people like him. His comedy isn't for me. That's what I would say. His comedy isn't for me. But whenever I'm talking to somebody about comedy and they're like, oh, Kevin Hart's funny, I'm like, okay, well, we have just different ideas about comedy. And it you know, people might like him.
You know, when you get him and Dwayne The Rock Johnson together, it's like...
Yeah, that's funny.
better than
But
that.
I'm talking about specifically stand-up.
Stand-up, yeah. But with him and Dwayne The Rock Johnson are just amazing together.
Now the one funny thing that about Kevin Hart is he tells a story about an ostrich, and that he's freaked out about birds. And then I actually has seen him on like a late night show where they were bringing out animals, and it was actually Steve Irwin's son that was bringing out the animals.
How old is
and
Steve
stuff.
Irwin's son now?
He's like a grown-ass man, though.
I think he's like 14.
Mm,
But
I
in
think it's
Australia, that's grown. You know.
In my country,
Yeah.
that's grown.
He's Aborigine.
So,
you know.
By the way, Australia's on fire right now.
Yeah.
Is it
But,
still?
12 in
I don't think
Australia,
so.
I think in American years, it's
Think
like
so.
32. 32. So he'd be 32 here. He'd be
Yeah.
12
You
in
know,
Australia.
Australian.
Because they're
most-
on the other side.
Most of those fires in Australia were man-made.
Yeah,
We're,
there's like
set.
a
Apparently, a lot of the ones in Brazil, too, were lit.
Is
by-
Brazil burning too?
Well, this was like 2 months ago, or a month ago. Yeah, the world's on fire, dude.
Echo. Is Australia still on fire?
As of Monday, January 24th, 2020, wildfires in Australia have covered over 24.7 million acres of land, killed 30 people and an estimated 500 million animals. Fire season
billion
began in late
animals?
July, with
Yeah.
increased fire
500
activity in
million
December.
animals?
They're saying
Bush
that
fires in Australia are typically brought on by natural
Echo.
causes such as
shut it.
Holy shit.
Koalas might be on the verge of extinction because all the eucalyptus is burnt.
Wow. Wow.
Burnt, man. Eucalyptus is burnt.
And 500 million animals.
That's 500 million, yeah.
Man, my
500
heart
million.
fucking just.
Remember when I think the Great Barrier Reef was considered the world's largest living organism?
Yeah.
Yeah, for years and years I thought that. But of course now we know it's like that mycelia that goes underneath most of North America.
Pacific Northwest, yeah. Is that the one smart thing?
What's
you
up,
want to say
Brittany
today?
Hendricks?
I guess. Congratulations, Brittany.
My
And
boss
Don
man, John
Belmer,
Armstrong,
Don
watching.
Belmer, Michael Kletz, Mindy Sue.
Don Belmar is Don
What up,
Ashburn.
y'all?
Don Ashburn, yeah. Ding dong. Yo, ding dong, ding dong, yo.
Oh.
All right, so continuing our theme of funny things that happened on TV, I've got this guy on Wake Up Alabama or whatever this show is called, and he was gonna bust a freestyle rap, and this is what happens.
You're going to do a spoken word for us now, right?
Right.
And tell us what we're about to
Dude, I
do.
can tell he didn't prepare.
It's just a freestyle.
Okay.
I'm just gonna think it up as I go.
Freestyle. Well, let me sit back.
Freestyle. Like,
Go ahead, Marshall.
Okay.
In the meanwhile. Oh.
Years ago, they tried to put me in the.
Yeah.
This is live.
Oh, this is live,
This
isn't
is
it?
live, isn't it?
Alright, cut.
She bails. She bails him out.
Did you want to try to read something from your book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to read something from the book. Spoken word. Oh, see, that's where you mess me up when you talk about the spoken word.
Have you ever seen this one?
Because I know somewhere deep down in my heart.
This is entitled The World's Worst Cry, or Best Cry, maybe.
Yeah.
I still love you.
I think I work with that guy.
Oh, then he does my trademark move. Hold on.
He did.
I've got a patent on that.
How much money did you get for that?
Is that the kind of place Chewbacca?
I still love you.
Is this legit?
Yeah.
No, that's scripted. Yeah, 500 million animals are dead. That's all I'm gonna say.
500 million animals are dead, and we're watching videos like that.
Yeah. Dude, you
We're
know
the
what?
problem.
We are part of the
Have
problem.
you
No,
do you ever watch Tosh.0?
Oh yeah.
I love
And
Tosh.
have you ever seen the I don't know how to say this, R-tarded rapper?
Mm-mm. I know about Bob
Oh,
Rowe.
dude, you know, that's what I was talking about. That's the thing that me and Joe used to watch.
The R-tarded rapper?
The guy that was.
I did it. Man.
Type in rap battle on YouTube. Rap battle. Best rapper. Rap battle best rapper. I think that'll get you there. Let me see. I don't see it. Never mind.
All right. Well, anyway. Continuing with our theme of funny things said by news anchors, I think you guys will enjoy this one. Hit it, awesome.
go-to already this morning. Just flying by like this week. It's Wednesday, right?
I think so.
Hump day.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Hopefully we'll have a dry hump.
It's not real.
Hopefully we'll have a dry hump.
It's not real.
Hopefully we'll have a dry hump.
It's not real.
Hopefully we'll have a dry hump.
It's not real. Oh.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll have a dry
It's
hump.
better because let's look at the other anchor's reaction.
Hopefully we'll have a dry hump.
It's not real. Oh.
Hopefully we'll have a dry hump.
Oh.
A dry hump. A dry hump.
Oh.
We can dry hump without our clothes on.
I'm pretty sure I'd like that.
All right, I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that's good.
I enjoy dry humping.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with dry humping.
The only thing better than dry
Yeah,
humping
you know
is
what?
wet humping.
We grew up in a
Agreed.
different era.
Agreed.
You know.
We grew up in a different era. You know, we didn't even finger fuck till we were like 30. So dry humping was the rage from like the 20 to like 30.
What are you
That's
talking
what we
about?
did.
I used to finger fuck though.
Yeah.
I am a finger fucker. I have a problem.
Yeah.
I've been known to slip a few digits in. And I've tasted a few digits.
I'll start off with this guy right here, but then this is my go-to right here. And
This
then
is
when
my
you know what's
go-to.
going on, you're going.
Well, hopefully by this point,
That's
it's already
digit.
ready. Right?
That's digit sex.
And
That's
then-
where the LD and the LGBTQ thing.
Eventually, you work your way around to the backside, and then you go.
Now,
And then I'd be like, you little son of a bitch. And then I get in there and I rub my nose on it. I'm like, you little fucker.
Right?
now, if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, somebody at this table's pickup line used to be, "Have you ever been fisted?"
That guy.
I don't think I would ever say anything like that.
I think you might have.
You know, that was a joke, and I think
He's called first witness. Yeah, he did it. He did it.
Yeah, why would I put my feet on somebody's couch? Yeah, I put my feet
Yeah.
on his couch.
Hey, man.
I didn't just be putting my feet on Eddie Murphy's couch just for
Okay,
doing
yeah,
something.
so
I had more sense than that. Yeah, I remember putting my feet on Eddie Murphy's couch.
Yeah, I did.
What do you say? It's like Rick.
Rick's got problems, man.
It's like he needs
We
something.
need to get
it's
some
like-
help. Like,
Unity!
we just gave him some help.
We just gave him some help.
His legs was like linguini.
It's all broken, son.
They should have never given you money.
He's like, why'd you do this to me, Charlie Murphy? He's like, you don't remember? He's like, I did what?
You smacked me in the face. That was weeks ago.
Dave Chappelle, that, you know, that show should still be on. That was a
Yeah,
great
he
show.
walked away from it. He went to Africa and played World of Warcraft for like.
Yes,
4
that's what I heard. I heard he was playing World of Warcraft. And,
But thank God he came back and dropped some badass comedy routines.
The
I was
first
gonna
time
say,
he
you
met
talking
O.J.
about a
Simpson.
comedian. He's a comedian.
I think he,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good stand-up. He's got good.
For different reasons, he's the best. I already said Tom Segura was the best, so I can't say Dave Chappelle is, but he's got to be in the conversation, right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, he's up there.
Yeah.
He's up there.
What's
I
up
suck
with
toes, yo.
What's up with Eddie Murphy? Is he still coming
Oh,
out with
he's
a,
out there, man.
You think he's going to be able to
think
do it
he's
again?
I think so.
I think he's delirious.
Yeah, yeah. And he's a comedian.
Yeah.
I just did what you did.
Yeah, he did.
He's raw. He's raw though.
He's raw.
Dude, it's raw.
Speaking of, we were talking about finger fucking earlier. What
Hold on,
about raw dogging? Raw dog?
I'm for
The
it.
raw dog assassin. Yeah.
Raw dog without a bag.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Is
Risky.
anyone in the audience have an opinion?
I bet Mindy has an opinion about raw dogging.
Yeah.
She's for it.
I like the way you said
I'm
that.
for and against it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, speak your comment.
I said I'm for and against it.
I'm for giving it. I'm against receiving it. How about that?
Yeah.
Is that what you were going with?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's. I'm calling horseshit. What were you?
Horse-shit!
What were you really mean?
Horseshit!
Horseshit.
So there's this
Lawrence.
little
That's
dude
the
that's got
Beverly
a
Hills Police
Instagram, a YouTube page called the Shirley Temple King. Have you seen this?
Uh-uh.
No,
You heard about
no,
this?
No.
Check out the Shirley
This is
Temple.
Ryan's toy reviews.
No, it's not.
Every day we wrap up what's new with Worth the Watch. Who doesn't love a good Shirley Temple? A little ginger ale, splash of grenadine, topped with a cherry. They're
Hold
my
on.
favorites as a kid.
Let me back up because this is not the Shirley Temple toy review that I wanted to play.
But although Shirley Temples are good, and that is probably one of my go-to drinks if I go to Long John Silver's, or I apologize, Red Lobster.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes I like if they use two fingers.
You know, as long as they put a cherry on top,
Yeah.
it's all good.
Right. I guess
Apparently I don't have the
They're
one I
my
wanted to play,
favorites
so.
too, and I'll tell you what, 6-year-old Leo Kelly, his parents
I think they call
decided
it
to start an
prostate
Instagram for him account called Shirley Temple King. And in Connecticut, the kid goes to different restaurants rating the Shirley Temple drinks. Check that
Never
out.
see the Family Guy where...
Hey guys, it's a Shirley Temple King, and I'm at Hoodoo's Barbecue. I wish you could smell how good it is.
I'm gonna find the one I wanted to play.
But anyways, I'm here to try a good version of the Shirley Temple. And as you can see, there's Shirley Temple outside and inside, and there's American flag, USA. So anyway, I'm gonna try their version of Shirley Temple. Cherries on the inside, cherries on the outside, flag decoration. There's really nothing to say because it's just a great Shirley Temple. I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
That must be really good one.
That kid couldn't be any cuter.
Cherries on the outside.
Though.
I think he's being a little generous. I think the flag.
Oh, the
flag
Jeep commercial, huh?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so we'll do Super Commercial. Do you want to do Super Bowl commercials
This is
now or we're going
great.
to talk for a while?
Well, let's talk a minute and
Yeah.
not only talk about the commercials for
Talk
the
about
Super Bowl was flipping whack,
Mindy says, you son of a...
and we already talked.
Wait, you say the Super Bowl was whack?
I think the Super Bowl was kind of whack.
How so? Because I thought it was a great game.
I thought, I didn't have a horse in the race.
I didn't have a horse in the race either.
And honestly, until the last quarter, Patrick Mahomes had the worst game of his career.
I thought we were going to talk about the halftime.
He started slow, but you know what? Throughout the whole playoff runs, he has. He was down 24 points to the Texans. He was down 10 points twice before that. So this was more par for the course for his playoff run.
Well, I'm not even putting it on Patrick Mahomes. I think that defense wins championships. Unfortunately, I think it was the Kansas City
defense wins championships
that had brought it to him, and it was the defense that gave him 3 opportunities to score, and it was San Fran's defense who, let's be honest, they freaking choked on it because there were some blown coverages.
San Francisco's defense had been tight all year. And also...
Richard Sherman all that talk.
A 42-yard pass play to Kittle erased because he pushed off. And that usually would have been called. It was about like that.
Yeah.
But... legit, I mean, you could say it was a push off, so legit, but that...
I'm saying it's a Super Bowl.
That play, I think,
Super Bowl
changed the outcome of the game.
It's a man's game.
Yeah, you can't say that, though. It's like you just have to refer to it as the big game because we're a public broadcast, so you can't say Super Bowl. Fuck you,
sorry.
Super Bowl people.
Sorry.
I'm saying soup or bowl.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
Soup or
it's
bowl.
different. We're saying you got to choose
Soup.
one. Do you want soup or
No,
bowl?
I'm shitting on them. I'm saying, fuck you, Super Bowl people.
But you're saying
Soup or
soup
salad
or bowl,
or
right?
salad.
No, I'm saying Super Bowl.
Super
Super Bowl.
Soup
Fuck you,
or
Super Bowl people.
Yeah. I like.
I'm hearing Super or bowl.
Yeah. A cup,
Yeah.
Cup or.
What I meant to say was that the big game. The big game.
Also is.
You know what that reminds me of?
It was the fourth.
Remember
down
let Steve finish his sentence.
that
Go
San
ahead.
Francisco had, and Jimmy Garoppolo barely even got the ball because Kansas City's defense was all over him. I thought that was really the turning point of the
Did
game.
you say Janine Garoppolo?
Jimmy?
Janine's brother.
Jimmy G?
Oh,
sister.
okay.
Yeah.
Jimmy G?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
quarterback for the San Francisco
because
49ers.
at that time, if they would have converted that fourth down,
Yeah.
they
Oh,
possibly
yeah.
could have even
They could have run the clock
scored.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think that was really the turning point. And I also thought that Patrick Mahomes' arrogance, and this was the first time that I ever thought that Patrick Mahomes was arrogant. When they asked him, what he thought the play of the game was, he thought it was the 3rd and 15 pass that he made. And
Well, that definitely extended their drive, right?
it did, but you got to be humble and you got to.
I think they should have went for a touchback.
Defense and offensive line, you got to
Remember
those
that
guys,
dark out?
because they're the guys that's in the trenches.
Yeah.
He's the guy that you can't breathe on without getting a flag.
I had bet Travis Kelce to be the MVP, which was the only reason I did that is because I thought it was great odds. I think a $10 bet would have won me $140. I thought he was worth that. But Mahomes, he probably deserved the MVP. He did start off slow, but he came back at the end and.
I mean, 3 touchdowns in 5 minutes. Kudos.
Yeah.
But somebody's got to catch a ball. As well.
3 touchdowns in 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Really? No shit.
Yeah.
Wow,
Reminds
that's
me of
pretty
my
amazing.
youth.
Yeah.
But you know what? I disagree with the fact that they're gonna actually give somebody a foul for holding somebody, just for holding them.
I think we need a little more holding.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of sport is it where it's against the law to just to hold somebody?
Yeah, and it's like they call it the gridiron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It is an analogy for war, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be fun.
Well, it used to
What
be
are
a
we
man
teaching
jam.
our children?
Capture a flag.
Yeah.
You said flag. Again, it was soup or bowl, and that was flag.
And you know who invented football?
Yeah.
Hitler.
He might have. I mean, I'm not sure that he did,
Hitler.
but
I think Hitler was visited by aliens.
yeah. Oh, he was definitely
He's an art student.
You know, one of my
Party
favorite
goals, though.
scenes in Little Nicky is where he's getting a pineapple rammed up his ass.
That's what we were gonna do last time you were on with that pineapple here. But
What happened to that pineapple? Did you throw it away?
I threw it away. Yeah.
It was rotten.
Right.
And now you can see, you know, I hope
Now you
this is
can see his beautiful
720
face.
and not 1080.
Now we've got plants
'Cause
behind him.
I got my 720 face on.
It's barely 720.
We got the plants behind him instead of in front of him now.
So, what I think was the best Super Bowl commercial of Super Bowl Live, which we'll call it.
Oh yes.
Okay, campers, rise and shine. It's Groundhog Day, and don't forget your booties, 'cause it's cold here today.
Phil? Hey, Phil!
No, not you.
It's me, Ned Ryerson!
Okay, little fella, good job. That's different. Good job.
Hey! He's not the groundhog! Phil?
Hey, you're gonna freeze to death. Who cares? See you tomorrow.
Phil?
It's not personal. It's just a game.
Not a bad day, huh?
I don't know where we parked. I was following you.
So a lot of good commercials. Go ahead and hit it. Yeah. Oh.
You turn it off.
There's a problem with this three-way switch. I got to get that looked at.
It's only a two-way actually right now. So
You drive pretty good for a quattro.
speaking of three-way, if we can get a three-way over
I think
here,
it's a 2.5 way.
I don't mind. I don't want no 2.5.
Because if you turn it off over there, you can't turn it on over here. So if you flip this switch, then you can't turn it on over there. And
That
then, yeah, go ahead.
was definitely the best Super Bowl commercial.
I
And Bill Murray could shit on a toilet and I'd watch it all day long.
Right? You know, I guess Chevy Chase is a fucking asshole, though. Have you heard that?
I just rewatched Zombieland the other night.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
still,
nice
the
one.
Bill Murray scene is still the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
And just to put it out there, anybody with the name Chevy, come on.
Yeah.
It's Dodge all day long.
I've heard the people with the, okay, we'll go
Number
male and
43?
female, with the two best, like, public personalities versus, like, behind the scenes personalities are Chevy Chase and Ellen DeGeneres.
You think so?
That's what I've heard.
Like, as far as the dichotomy goes?
Like, they present themselves as this friendly-go-lucky, like, happy
They're
person,
totally
and behind the scenes they're, like, just...
Dude, wait,
piece of shit.
are you trying to say that Ellen is a C?
I'm saying that I've heard that. I'm saying that I have, and I'm very good authority
I
that
know
she
somebody
is...
Dude, how come you're the first one to alert me of this, then?
Because it's, you know, just people don't
Hey,
say
Echo.
This is word around the campfire, though, huh?
Yeah,
You're trying to tell me?
Rosie O'Donnell and Ellen both.
Ellen, man,
Rosie
dude, you know what?
O'Donnell.
Did I tell you about the time that I told Ellen DeGeneres to GFY?
No.
Okay, it's like, well, there was this cool dog video, and I liked it, and then Ellen DeGeneres' her Facebook fan page sent me a thing and said, hey, since you like this video, respond to Ellen DeGeneres. And it's like, I was like, obviously this isn't Ellen, right? And so I told Ellen, I said, go fuck yourself, Ellen DeGeneres. And then later on, I was thinking about it. I was like, what if that was really Ellen DeGeneres? And some girl at work's like, well, does it have a little green like dot by it that says sponsored, like it's a real website, like verified? And I'm like, I went and looked at it, and yeah, I guess maybe it was Ellen DeGeneres. And I told her to go fuck herself because I didn't think she was real. It's like all I did was just like this video, and then she's like telling me, it's like, hey, you won
Dude,
this.
is there
or
a shorter
something.
version of the story?
But I'll tell you what.
That was
Because you're repeating right now.
Ellen, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, Mindy says it breaks her heart to think that Ellen's not a nice person.
You know what?
Mindy,
It does me too. It does me too.
It's a cruel, cruel world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's best that you hear it here first.
My second favorite was this Jason Mimosa commercial. You want to play this now?
You know what, dude? Russell Crowe. You know what? I got no problem. I got no problem with believing that he's an asshole, and I would be disappointed if he wasn't.
Yeah, it's kind of like his brand, though, right? Like
but Ellen, don't take Ellen from me. Don't take Ellen from me.
Well, you know what? It's all secondhand.
You want to do the dance?
Woo. It's all secondhand.
Is that me or the dog?
I think that's your dog.
I thought it was your lip.
She's farting. She's farting canned hams.
Yeah.
All right, Jason Mimosa. I think this was good too.
What does home mean to me? It's my sanctuary. It's the one place I can let my guard down. It's where I can just kick back and be totally comfortable in my own skin. You know what I'm saying? Rocket Mortgage understands that home is where I can be myself. And that feels pretty darn good. Oh.
Home is where you feel the most comfortable, and Rocket Mortgage helps you feel comfortable financing that home with a personalized and convenient experience centered around you. Rocket Mortgage. Push button, get mortgage.
Because anybody, like if you're playing slide guitar, you should probably have a thumb ring and a ponytail, right?
Right.
Again with the two-way.
Dude, did I tell you that my Fitbit cock ring has been rating my masturbation sessions as above excellent? So I'm glad for that.
That is a good thing to hear for you.
Yes, today's session was equivalent to running or swimming 2 miles or running 8. So, and that was all done while I was sitting down. So a lot of hard work done. A lot of hard work. But you know, I'm putting in the effort now. So I'm hoping to go down to a 32-inch waist in my pants. Right now I'm at like a 36. I'm gonna get down to my sparring weight, and I'm gonna get back in the octagon, and I'm gonna make this dream happen.
Cool.
One day I will fight in the Kumite and make my father proud.
You know, I'm studying martial arts, and I can't name any of them right now that I studied.
Right. I just watched the movie Bloodsport over and over again. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm actually looking for a girl who's got a train track
Girl, you know
tattoo
it's
on her
true.
taint because I just got my dick tattooed as a train.
Really?
Steam engine. Locomotive.
Does it say 5555 on it?
Oh, it says train.
It says Thomas, Stephen the Tank Engine.
Yeah.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Welcome to Boom to Normal. Have a nice
Tugboat
day.
Steve. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's got to be a joke in there somewhere.
Well, I
Welcome
thought
to
the whole,
Blow Now.
You know,
Have a
Steve
good day.
Trainer, train tattoo.
Pops
I mean, it
smoke
hurt
on
like
them.
hell. You know,
Yeah.
it really did.
It says, "Welcome to Jamaica. Have a nice day."
Dude, did I tell you that
Jamaica
my,
me happy.
I was telling Steve that my Fitbit cock ring rated today as above excellent as far as my masturbation session goes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How many
So-
masturbation sessions did you have today?
Well, it was just one, but it was
I thought you
equivalent
told me
to swimming 2 miles or running 8.
Your one masturbation session?
Yeah, well, it went for, and that's, I did it all while I was sitting down. I got kind of a cramped leg at one time.
Thank goodness for Cosmopolitan magazine.
Still a little cramped. And I forgot to take off the cock ring. My bad. Hold on a second.
Mindy says, "Thanks, Steve. It's best to hear from you guys." I'm not sure exactly what she was talking about.
And that was when we were talking about Ellen.
Okay. All right. So you wanted to put Stephen A. Smith on blast, right?
Oh my God, he is such a punk. Does he know anything about MMA?
No.
Does he know anything about fighting?
I hate the fact that he's allowed to be a commentator on MMA.
I like Max Kellerman.
Max Kellerman knows his stuff. For sure he does.
I like Max Kellerman. Stephen A. Smith? No.
Who is Stephen A. Smith?
All right, we're
Exactly.
gonna find out.
Exactly.
So this is them commentating after Cowboy got knocked out, and Stephen A. Smith jumps in and tries to drop some knowledge about how he didn't learn anything about McGregor because Cowboy. I don't think he says he quit here, but let's watch it.
So intensely tonight. This is tough for me because here I'm standing next to a legend, okay? And far be it for me to refute anything that Joe Rogan says, but here's my reality. We haven't learned a damn thing about Conor McGregor based off of this fight.
Really?
Because who were you? Listen, the man did not get hit other than one kick to the arm. That's it. I mean, he didn't. Listen,
He defined himself.
I have gotten hit that much in the last week, okay? And I don't fight. I mean, come on, y'all. The fact of the matter is, we don't know anything. And we know that Conor McGregor is a champion. We know he's a great fighter. We know that he's box office. He's phenomenal for the sport. We're all happy he won. If you love this sport, you got to be happy that Conor McGregor won. But you didn't learn anything from tonight's fight because Cowboy Cerrone just didn't show up. I could have ran for 40 seconds.
I disagree. We learned. He rises to the occasion. We learned he can put Cowboy away. We learned that he can land a head kick. We learned that he can beat him down. We
Right, so
learned that this guy
that's why we
performs
trust
and the
Joe
lights are
Rogan
on.
on these
We
kind
already
of
knew
like
that.
things,
Yeah,
right?
we
Because
learned that
he gave him enough rope to hang himself, and he says, "Well, actually, no, you're wrong." But
And I disagree. Yeah, and
hold on, Austin. You can leave lights on.
Okay.
So then afterwards, this video surfaced of Stephen A. Smith hitting pads, and it honestly, it just looks ridiculous.
Was he going to fight Joe Rogan now?
Oh, I wish.
Yeah, make it more free.
Is he punching a midget? Is he gonna fight a kindergartner? What's he doing there?
I see Donkey Kong in the background. You see that? You see he has a Donkey Kong in the background? That's every kid's Dude, so that guy's probably like, all right.
Oh my God. Yeah, he's a
Stephen A. Smith. He might be old.
yeah, he's pretty old.
But honestly, okay, so he's on more than one show on ESPN, and apparently, I don't watch him, but apparently he is maybe pretty good at commentating on basketball and I don't know what else. But yeah, just Stephen A. Smith, MMA or
He's
boxing
just a
or
personality.
Combat sports isn't your lane.
Bottom line, he is a personality, whether he's got any useful information or not. Because one thing I think about people that especially critique athletes and that are really critical, like he was about Cowboy, put your damn self in Cowboy shoes. And then he said he got hit harder. Seriously?
Yeah.
Get in the damn octagon and say that to Cowboy.
I'm all right with just about everything he said, and it wasn't on that clip, but he said that Cowboy quit, and I'm like, fuck you, man. He has more wins, more finishes, more fight of the night bonuses than anybody in the UFC. You can't call that man a quitter.
No.
There's one thing he doesn't do is quit. He got beat up. Yeah, he got beat up.
He got rocked.
Yeah, and he got beat up and he got beat, but you can't call that man a quitter. That's not fair.
And that's another thing too, Stephen A. Take a shot from Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
And then tell me if you want to quit.
My favorite quote, I don't remember who said it, but I think it was Brendan Schaub said, imagine if he would have said about, because Cowboy's not going to do anything. He probably just would approach him.
He's a nice guy.
Hey man, you can't say that shit.
Yeah,
but
he's a nice
if
guy.
he would say that about the Diaz brothers, like they're going to catch you in an elevator. They're going to fuck you up.
Yeah.
By the way, I love Brendan Schaub.
Brendan Schaub's good, man.
Yeah.
He's
He's a good
transitioning out
commentator,
of
good
fighting
comedian.
and into comedy. Yeah, and he's actually doing very well.
Yeah, he's funny,
He's got the King and the Sting.
And again, he can talk about it because he used to get punched in the face.
He's been there, and he was a professional football player, a professional fighter, and he realized like this isn't my future anymore. And now he's doing like comedy and podcasting, and he's making good money.
That's Brendan Schwab.
Brendan Schwab.
Yeah.
Schwab.
I've got 6:56. We got about 5 more minutes. What do you guys want to talk about?
I tell you what, I challenge Stephen A. Smith to a octagon.
Yeah.
Fight. Yeah.
Wanna fight
Let's
him?
get in the ring.
We turn the light on so they can see your face and
Even
see how
boxing.
serious
Yeah,
you are.
come on, Stephen A. Smith. Turn the lights on. I mean, if we're gonna keep the lights off for the last 5 minutes, I'm gonna put my pants back on.
Oh, don't do that. It'll be like, what are you doing under there? I'm looking
Hold
for
on.
a needle in a haystack.
It'll only take a second.
You're right. I'm gonna tell you what, my balls are dropping, and I don't know if it's the balls are looking longer and the dong is looking stronger.
Well, your voice should get deeper in the next few months, and
We
you should
should
start
always
getting some
see.
facial hair.
Yeah. Well, I was waiting for that. You know, I really was. I got my first erection the other night.
Oh, really?
I was a little bit scared.
Have you had wet dreams yet?
You know, I pissed myself.
Okay, that's close enough.
Yeah.
So Steve, I turned 50 on March 7th. I think you were older than me, right?
No, I'm younger. I'm
Oh,
gonna be
okay.
turning 50 on July 29th.
Okay, so you're not too far behind.
Yeah.
Too far
No,
behind.
not too far behind.
How are
And
you
I'm-
feeling about turning 50?
You know, 50 is nifty. I don't know. Fine as wine. You know, I think Toby Keith said it best. You're not as old as, not as young as I once was.
But not as good as I Once there ever was.
Something like that.
Yeah.
No, I think it's blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
You know, she was black on the motherfucker though.
Yeah.
Her mama got ass too.
Yeah. No, she's black as hell too.
Yeah.
The older the berry, the sweeter the juice.
You know, I just want to say that I had a lot of fun on this podcast, and Stephen A. Smith still got me in an uproar. I just can't get over that he said I got hit harder, you know, this week.
What's up, Michael Pledge?
And I get if he was talking about, you know, his relationship with Kobe. For that, I apologize, because I do know that he has been on ESPN talking about that, and I do know that has really rocked the sports world lately.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
But
for
I'm
Kobe
sure that
was a big deal. Like, honestly, I found out about it. I saw your post, and then I was like, well, this is a joke. Let me just go ahead and click on this and see what kind of joke Steve is trying to make. And then I'm like, shit, did Kobe really die? And I go and Google it. I'm like, fuck.
You know, I think the truth is still setting in, but I think Kobe's is more of a shock to society than Kurt Cobain was.
Yeah, definitely.
That was a huge deal.
And well, I mean, you know, Kurt took his own life, and he was a different thing. I likened the Kobe.
How you ask. A lot of people think Courtney killed him.
Yeah, well, I mean, she killed him either way it goes, right? I mean, you know.
Whether she actually did it or caused it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like, what's that that fucking singer that died?
Was it Shakira?
Not Kenny Wayne Shepherd, but fucking. Wow.
I'm not sure who you're talking about.
You're like that black rapper who's got a freestyle.
Yeah.
Is this live?
Wow.
Is this live?
In the stream, wow.
You want to read something from your book?
Yeah, he does. You know, I likened Kobe's death, and I don't mean like it, you know what I mean?
No.
But to Dale Earnhardt passing.
Yeah.
You know, it was just that devastating, and you lost somebody that meant that much to so many different people. You know, and Kobe really, like a lot of people were saying, what he was doing after his own basketball career was even greater than what he did.
That's the shame of it, is we'll never get to see like what kind of philanthropic work he would have done.
You know what? His family will take his money and do great things with it.
Well, you know, and
they'll be worth more.
They
now
don't have
than
the
it was
Kobe
when he was
platform,
alive.
though.
Definitely. Well, now one thing too is a couple weeks ago it was asked, you know, because Kobe's he was really into the WNBA and women's basketball, obviously, because he had 4 daughters.
Yeah.
And his daughter Gigi was so prevalent in basketball.
Right. He'd already trademarked the name Mambacita for her.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Had her going on. But he was asked if a woman could play in the NBA, and he said, you know, of course there's a few. He named a couple of the WNBA players, but I really believe that, you know, he thought that his daughter could probably be one of the first ones. You know?
Yeah. Hey, how about we all guess how much he was worth, and then we'll ask the computer at the end. Steve, you go first. How much you think Kobe was worth? Is this belittling, or is this something you'd be interested in doing?
I'll do it. I don't care.
All right. How much you think he's worth?
I'm gonna say $620 million.
Okay, I'll go next. I'm gonna say 800 million. Okay.
I'll put him at 1.2 billion. I think he's in the billion club.
Okay.
Dude, I don't know how much.
Echo. How much is the late great Kobe Bryant worth?
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Don't get fancy. Just ask the question.
Echo. How much is Kobe Bryant worth?
Kobe Bryant was worth an estimated $600 million US, and he received a salary of $25 million US.
So I was over. I definitely lose. What did you say?
I think he said 650, didn't you?
I said 625.
625, and I said 800. So
Steve wins.
Yeah. No shit, Steve. Did you cheat?
But I like how they did say, you know, was worth. It has already been, you know, changed with the internet. So.
Man, he was poor.
Yeah, I mean, it was awful tragedy. I mean, there was tragedies that happened, and I'm glad that you know, people were getting offended by the other 7 passengers not being mentioned just because they weren't
right.
For sure, there were
not as well known. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know.
And I'm not gonna say that them people are any less than the other.
It's a
because,
tragedy.
yeah, I mean everybody on there was.
Right, of course.
You know, we're all.
It's all
created
a human
equal.
life, right?
And it's just some people inspired and touched so many other people's lives, and they had that platform to do it. You know, and I'm glad that the NBA and excuse me, all the teams, you know, recognized, you know, the other seven people.
And how crazy is it that they were shooting the Grammys at his house the night that this happened? You know what I'm saying?
That is crazy. I had no idea that.
Yeah, and I mean that's a true story, right?
I guess it was in Los Angeles. When
Yeah.
you say his house, like
Where he played basketball.
Oh, okay.
yeah, no, there
Staples
was
Center, right?
what we
Yeah,
had-
that's what he's saying.
I think what we had played was there was a game in the Staples Center where they like did the 8-second violation and then the 24-second violation is honor.
Uh-huh.
That was at the Staples Center. I don't think the Grammys were at the Staples Center. I could be wrong.
They were. I don't know.
Ask Echo.
Huh?
Ask Echo.
Go ahead.
Where were the Grammys held this year?
Echo. Where were the 2020 Grammys held?
According to an Amazon customer, it was held at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California,
Well, there you go. I was
United
wrong.
States. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
Goddamn right it did. All right. Well, we're after
Hey,
show.
Thanks for
Echo.
your feedback.
Hey, Echo. Where were these nuts held?
In D's hands.
Sorry, I don't know that, but I do have a skill you might like.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Nuts.
Open up and say ah.
Yes.
Okay, here's D's nuts.
These nuts. Got it.
What is it?
I think he's got Rickrolled.
I got Rickrolled.
Right.
These
It's
nuts.
7:05. Are we done? You guys want to talk about anything else?
Okay, we can keep going.
Steve?
I'm free if you guys are free. Free like the love that's flowing. Oh, I want to give a big shout out. I heard through the grapevine that you was the best realtor in Bloomington, sold a couple houses.
Yeah, Blundell's premier realtor
Past
in
couple
Edelman.
weeks. So congratulations on that.
Thank
I
you.
wanna
Thank you.
Probably be the third or fourth or fifth person.
And whose realtor do you want to be?
You want to be Lawrence?
I want to be your realtor. And by the way, realtor is a 2-syllable word.
Realtor.
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 Yeah.
It's not realtor.
Realtor. And I
It's
probably
realtor.
I never knew that before I was a realtor.
Realtor.
But
Is it like mentor or a minotaur?
No, that's a man
so
with a beast
when
body.
you talk about property, you have like personal
It's-
property and you have real property. Like this building would be real property.
Yeah.
So you are a real tour. You can tour real property. You can
And
sling
dude,
it.
you know what?
You can sling it.
Oh,
you
you
can sling
slinging it?
real property.
But
So
you know,
I'm like,
it's actually not pronounced property. It's actually just popty.
Property.
Property.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
property.
think that's true.
Everybody
I think
does
that
the
is
E,
true.
prop E,
Because-
property.
Property.
You mean
It's
I've been
just
saying
property.
property wrong this whole
Property.
time?
Yeah, it's
Hey,
just
man.
property.
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 And you gotta like this when you say it like property.
We should start
Property.
correcting everybody when they say property. Like, actually, it's just
Wrong.
Property.
Wrong.
Wrong.
Property.
Trick James, man.
Are you
Like-
fucking serious?
Like you sound
what?
stupid right now.
Yeah.
You sound. You
You
see
sounded really stupid.
Shut up. Shut up. You sound stupid. Property? No, property.
Property.
What's
Like,
up with the It's like, why would you say in the middle of a word?
I dare you to throw that in the next
Property.
couple times you're showing some. Oh,
You
I got
sound-
another property to show you.
Property.
I'll be showing you this property.
You
over
sound ignorant.
here. Man, what is you ignorant or
I
something?
told you the phone in the limousine was busted.
Didn't I tell
Yeah,
them
the
that
phone.
the phone
You know, what?
Yeah, the phone ain't Nemo busted. What you ignorant?
What is you ignorant? Agent Orange.
It's funny though because for some reason people don't like to be corrected when you say, "Oh, actually, it's just realtor."
Realtor, it's
Because
like, no.
when I say, "Oh, if somebody says realtor," I'm like, "Oh, it's just realtor." It's like a lot of people are like,
No.
"Yeah," but I say realtor. I'm like, "Okay, well, I just told you I was wrong," but yeah.
But I'm
It's
gonna
like,
pronounce it the way I say it.
It's like when Columbus landed in fucking Brooklyn or wherever, and he was like, Indians.
around in Brooklyn.
It's like, it's like he's like, you guys are Indians because we're in India. It's
Brooklyn.
like, even though it's like later on when he found it's like, oh, it's like apparently we didn't land in India, but I'm gonna continue to call you Indians.
we
'cause
did
that's,
that all up through like the 1980s. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Now,
there were
Plymouth
Indians.
Rock didn't land.
Turns out we didn't land in India, but I'm gonna still call you Indians. And I'm gonna keep calling it property, even though it's just
Property.
property. And you're a fucking realtor,
Realtor.
some property.
All right,
He's
I
a
think, we should end
motor.
it. I think we should end it.
I do. It's like that's fucking beautiful. It's like, can you imagine going out better than this right now?
Peace out.
Dude, I had a finger in my ass for the last half an hour.
I think everybody knew.
I got them male panty vibrators. Got one stationed on my tank, the other one right on the tip of my scrotum.
Scrotalia?